Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk about Xbox and Bethesda. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, all week I've been working kind of hard, got a lot of videos on my mind, trying to put these out. They're going to be short, concise, little videos. Well, maybe short, depends on how long I decide to ramble. But let's talk about Xbox and Bethesda. Why isn't Xbox making Bethesda put their games out? Why isn't Xbox forcing Bethesda to delay Redfall and make it 30 frames per second? Well, when Xbox took over Bethesda was a pretty good sizable company, right? They were a publisher, they were making their own games, they were doing their own things on their own timeline, making things, putting them out, taking chances, taking risks, doing what Bethesda wanted to do. When Xbox when Phil Spencer, when Xbox, when they bought Bethesda, just like, and they're going to do the same thing with Activision. When they bought Bethesda, they told everybody they were going to take a hands-off approach. And there's reasons for that. The reasons for that are so that Microsoft doesn't get in there and mess up the workings, the inner workings of what Bethesda is. Bethesda was already a pretty solid company. They've made lots of games that lots of people love to play. They have a really big, strong, dedicated fan base. For Microsoft to go in there and reach in there and start moving things around and telling them what they're going to do and, forcing them to meet Microsoft's demands, that is only going to put more pressure, more downward pressure on Bethesda. Bethesda developers didn't get better overnight. Nothing has changed in Bethesda. Bethesda is still doing things and making things the way they would have been if had they not been acquired by Microsoft. We're still getting the same output. We're still getting the same caliber, quality of games that Bethesda would have been putting out. Now, I understand, and I'm with you guys for the most part when it comes to Bethesda, thinking of them as a first-party studio for Xbox and the whole Redfall coming out at 30 frames per second, like I 100% think as as an Xbox first-party game that should not happen. But at the same time, we kind of have to look at we can't look at Bethesda as the savior of Xbox. Bethesda is now Bethesda. But they are, yes, part of the Microsoft brand. They are part of Microsoft first-party studios. But they are still allowed to be Bethesda. And I like that better. I do like that better. Some parts of me kind of wishes that Bethesda would have stayed, third-party and been able to make games. Just not exclusive games for anybody anymore. Like having to wait a year for anything like that. For Deathloop or for Ghostwire Tokyo, they should have been multi-platform the whole time. And I'm honestly, after 2.5 years into this generation, I'm honestly to the point where I like the fact that when ABK becomes part of Microsoft, that they're going to be like a third-party developer. I love that fact. I love the fact that the PlayStation guys, the Xbox guys, the Nintendo guys, everybody's going to get the same version of the same game on the same day, and they're not going to have to choose. They're not going to be like, "Oh man, if I buy it on PlayStation, I'm going to get more stuff, or if I buy it on Xbox, I'm going to get more stuff." We need we need that in gaming these days, man. It gets to a point like when you have these bigger publishers that sell a lot of money, that sell a lot of games, and they are mainstays for the gaming community. Like, now, I'm not saying that Xbox should recant and make Redfall and Starfield third-party games. I would be okay if they did like a year exclusivity, or I mean, honestly, I would be okay either way, because the main goal is to have a game like Starfield succeed. And at the end of the day, when Starfield launches, when Redfall launches, you're going to see so much negative pushback towards Xbox, it's not even going to be funny. You're already seeing it. They're already coming up with wild stories about Xbox is doomed and Hi-Fi Rush didn't do good. And you're going to hear the exact same stories for Redfall, for Starfield, and for other Microsoft first-party games. Frankly, you're going to continue to hear this stuff because that is the way the industry is going. Like, it doesn't, like people there's so much negativity towards Xbox, and that's due to keeping PlayStation on its perch. It really is. Like, that is literally all it is. I'm a gamer. You're a gamer. We're gamers. We like to play video games. Are we really to a point where we would let a plastic box stop us from playing a certain game? Really? Like, I've never in a million years would have thought that there would be people that are 100% one plastic box only. Like, dude, I really honestly didn't believe those people existed. But there are some fanboys that are extreme fanboys that literally believe the other side is trash. And that's just not true. That's just not true. I've had just as much fun playing on my Xboxes as I ever had playing on my PlayStations. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all about the games. That's what matters. The software matters more than the plastic box you are playing it on. And I mean, that's evidently true, because I have a more powerful PC than all three of my consoles, and I still play on my consoles pretty regularly. I play on my consoles far more than I do my PC, and it's way more powerful. So it's all about the games, and it's all about where you feel comfortable playing, and to be able to enjoy those experiences is probably what should be more important to you than a plastic box. But like I said, Xbox isn't trying to put any pressure on Bethesda. Bethesda has its own ethos. It has its own way of doing things. And for Microsoft to get in there and mess up things, it will only mess up the flow of what Bethesda can do. There are plenty more projects in the works at Bethesda, other than just Redfall, other than just Starfield. You're just going to have to wait. You're just going to have to be patient. Like, I get the whole thing, and I'm right there with you about the whole 30 frames a second thing. But man, if you strip all the Xbox first party stuff back and you look at just Bethesda, that's pretty normal for Bethesda. That's pretty normal, man. They're not doing anything that isn't considered normal for Bethesda. This is Arcane's first open world game. This is their first open world game. I think we can cut them a little bit of slack for that, and play the game and see what the story's like, see how the characters are. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out, my friends. They say they're going to bring 60 FPS. We'll just have to be patient and watch for that. I know I'm in a different situation because I have a PC that I can play this game on. So I'm not trying to talk down to anybody that would have to play this on the console. I'm just saying that hopefully the game is good and it feels okay at 30 frames per second, because it wouldn't be an exception to the rule. I played Cyberpunk 2077 at 30 frames per second. I've played a couple other first-person shooter open world games at 30 frames per second. So I think it might be okay as long as the movement speed and the motion blur and stuff like that is set to a good spot and it feels good. I think it'll probably be okay. So, all right, man. I mean, even Dying Light 2, I played on the Xbox Series S at 30 frames per second when it first launched, and that felt okay. Even that felt okay. So, I'm gonna give Arcane and Redfall the benefit of the doubt. I will test it out on Series S. I will test it out on Series X and the PC. And I'll let you guys know, man. I'll let you guys. Well, I don't even have to let you guys know. You guys, it's on Game Pass. You can download it and see for yourself. So, all right, my friends. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.